that Dr. Joseph Xavier sir has given me a wonderful introduction about myself. He made my day because such a wonderful introduction. He said that I'm a popular speaker. So it's nice to hear from a senior person saying that I'm a popular speaker. And one thing, I'm serving as a member of the coordinator of Rotaract Club, and also I'm serving as a member in the IQSC. I'm not a coordinator. I just want to make a note of that. And thank you for giving me such a wonderful introduction, sir. Thank you so much. You made my day. Shall I start my session, sir?
Yes, please.
Yes. I'm going to share the share screening. First of all, good morning, everybody. It's indeed a great pleasure and honor for me to be a guest speaker on this great occasion of 122nd Gandhi Jayanti celebration. We all celebrate this day with a great enthusiasm to pay tribute to the father of the nation, as well as to remember his courageous deeds on the way of independence struggle for the country from British rule. It is my bound duty to thank management of Mary Mother College of Arts and Science, especially Father Isaac Puchamkulam, Principal and Secretary of the college, Dr. Josie Paramkatuta, Vice Principal of the college, Father Bijoy, Financial Administrator and Head of the Department of Chemistry, Father Genti, Director and Head of the Department of Commerce, Dr. Joseph Xavier, Head of the Department of BBA, Mr. Hemraj, Head of the Department in Forensic Science, Dr. Krishna Priya, and all other members of the organizing committee for giving me such a wonderful platform. It's really a pleasure to meet all the staffs and members of Mary Mother College, Arts and Science. So this session, I made a memorable session of this. One second. Sorry for the trouble, I'm getting an echo. Yes. Sorry for the disturbance because I got some echo. So really, it's a great honor to give a speech on the topic, Gandhian values in education. So what is the need for this topic? Because this topic is very essential and need of the day. Because young generation are the real pillar of the nation. So it is the right time to educate their values, which is essential for the country progress. So Gandhian values in education, what does it mean by that? Gandhiji was not an academic philosopher, but on the basis of his own experience, he has framed a lot of philosophy. His philosophy is mainly based on the principle self-sacrifice, which is essential. We have to be very sacrifice. We have to live a sacrificed life. We have to take care of each and everybody in the society. So that made him to become a powerful and big leader around the world. So this unique quality that the Gandhiji had, so that we have to observe, because this quality made him a great leader. So the Gandhiji education contribution is somewhat unique. Gandhiji philosophy is a philosophy based on idealism. And he has followed a lot of principles. And what are the principles, you know? It's a truth. His entire life, he has followed the principles of truth, non-violence. Despite that, many problems, many struggles he has faced. Out of that, he has showed only the non-violence as his tool and weapon, and fearlessness and satyagraha. So the truth, non-violence, fearlessness, and satyagraha are the principles that he followed in the entire life. You know what is meant by satyagraha? Satyagraha is to fight against injustice. Wherever the injustice is happening, whether it is inside your family, or it's in society, or it's in an institution, or it's in an organization, you have to raise your voice against the injustice. That is the true element of education. When you are saying that you are educated people, you are saying that I'm a degree holder, that should just expose in your each and every activity. So that is the real education that Gandhiji says. And his philosophy of life helped him to develop the present day education system. The Gandhiji philosophy, it has a very clear inclination towards that you have to love each other. So when you are in a family or when you are in an institution, you have to love each other. So don't bother from where they are and whatever religion, whether they are poor or rich or whatever it may be. So you have to love each and everybody. So we are living in a society. So we need help of each other. When the society is good, the whole our country will be a good in a progress situation. So try to love each other. Sorry. So wherever you are, whether it's inside a family or society, so try to love the people around you. So that the young generation need to learn that. So love the individual. So love the person. So that is the thing that Gandhiji did, because the Gandhiji said that unity is a strength. So this unity helped the Gandhiji to get success in the freedom struggle. So Gandhiji has taken the weapon love for individual and national freedom. That helped him to get a national freedom. So he united the people around our country with the weapon love. So love is a tool that Gandhiji used to unite the people. So the unity is a strength of our nation. So you know that India is following a lot of culture, customs, and tradition, and all those things. But when you talk about India, unity is our strength. So that helped Gandhiji to get a success in the freedom. So it is our duty to give love to each and everyone. And also, Gandhiji criticized colonial system of education. So first is, he's saying that the foreign culture almost destroy all our local culture. So he said that he's against the culture of foreign system and tradition. He said that you have to respect our Indian culture and system that we follow. And he also saying that literacy is neither beginning or nor an end of education. Literacy is just mean of education. So remembering all those things in your mind, having a good knowledge, it's not education. What does mean by education? Education that you have to develop spiritually, intellectually, and you have to be loved and you have to take care of others. So these in way, you have to develop morally, ethically, and spiritually, intellectually. In this way, you have to develop your education. So literacy doesn't mean that only knowledge. So only knowledge alone, it's not going to help you. So apart from that, your knowledge should improve in all areas, such as what I'm saying, that spiritually, intellectually, and morally, ethically, you have to develop. So the Gandhiji philosophy of education is that way. And next is, Gandhiji is saying that 3H is very important to educate. So first H is head, and second H is hand, and third H is heart. So Gandhiji insists that head, hand, and heart education. So what is in the head? Head is learning to know. So you have to learn. You have to know something. So in that way, you have to learn. When you're learning a subject, You have to learn and you have to understand the subject. You have to love the subject. You have to love the profession. So in that way, you have to learn. So learning is not simply memorizing, simply getting a good marks. This is not a learning at all. So you have to learn a way, you have to know something. So whenever you study some subject, you have to try to put hard work in learning something. So that is the good education the Gandhiji said. And what is my hand? So after learning it, it should be implemented in your practical life. So it should be useful for your career and it should be useful for your to self-satisfaction. For example, you can start your own business. After learning, you have to learn to livelihood. So you have to earn the livelihood with the help of your knowledge, with the help of your education, that should help you to learn your livelihood. So you have to able to start a business. So don't say that I'm not getting a job. So you can try and you can with the help of your knowledge, you can transmit the knowledge and you can start your own business. So that the education should be. The Gandhiji insists that it's a hand, head, and heart. What is my heart? Whatever you learn, love learning. So learning is a good thing. Till your lifetime, you have to learn something. Not for the sake of your mom, dad, and your teacher. So you have to learn for yourself because you're gaining knowledge. Through that knowledge, you have to implement in your practical life. Through that, you can get wisdom. How do you get wisdom? The wisdom you get only through a practical. So the Gandhiji is insisting a practical knowledge in your subject. So not just memorizing your book and saying not of memorizing capacity is no, it's not knowledge. The knowledge is something different. The Gandhiji expect it should be a hand, head, and heart. So the 3 H is very essential for the learners. So you have to learn from heart, and that learning should be transmitted to a livelihood. And it should be always you should have a knowledge what you are studying. So this is the thing which Gandhiji insists. And next thing is what I'm going to say is what the new generation need to follow. So next slide is, this is the introduction about education, what the Gandhiji expected. And next I'm going to say about principles of education. So I already told you that he emphasized the 3 important H, hand, head, and heart. And also I told you that Gandhiji followed a lot of idols in his life: truth, non-violence, moral values that help him to achieve self-realization. He devoted his entire life for the struggle. So you have to teach your students to love the nature, because we are living in the society that we have to love nature, and because we have taken all the things from the nature. So the Gandhiji is saying that the education, you should teach the students to love the nature, love your neighbors, and all those things. So, and the Gandhiji is saying that, so teach pragmatics, which means you have to learn and learn by doing some experiments. That learning should never ever you should forget. So when you do some experiments, do you forget? No. When you do some experiments, you will never ever forget. So such a kind of education system we need to develop, not by learning from book, learn from experience, learn from practicals. And simply, the Gandhiji ideology is to draw best out of the children. So you have to draw what is meant by best. Drawing best in children is nothing but only drawing good marks. It means drawing a good body, mind, and spirit. So you have to draw a good mind. You have to mold the students to develop a good mind, having a good things in their mind. And we have to develop a spiritual activities in the students. And also we have to build a good physical structure. So all these things call education. It's not just simply a knowledge alone. So knowledge alone is not going to help our nation, because the knowledge come all those things, that is body, mind, and spirit, all those things will going to develop a true education. That's what Gandhiji wanted. And the aim of education is for two purposes. One is to develop or build good character. So only a knowledgeable people cannot give a progress to the society. So we have to develop a good character, and we have to prepare the students for self-realization and godliness. We have to bring godliness in them. So that is the true education. So when you build a good character among the students, our nation will be a bright way. So that is the responsibility of each and every teacher, not to complete their syllabus, not to complete their task. This is apart from this task, your responsibility is to build good character among the students' community. This is the very essential and need of the hour, because it's a somewhat challenging issue nowadays, because due to the technology and due to the media and due to a lot of various generation gap and all those things, it's very difficult task, but it is need of our hour, because we are hearing a lot of crimes and human violation and all those crimes, criminal activities every day we are hearing in the news. So are we going in the right path? It's a big question mark. No, not at all. So what we are doing only the knowledge transformation. So that is not the real knowledge, real literacy. So the Gandhiji expected to build good character and to build self-confidence, to build all those things, realizing a godliness among the students. So that is the need of an hour. So there are two aim of education. One is immediate aim and one is ultimate aim. So what is the immediate education aim? So one is occasional aim. So occasional aim is nothing but, so you have to teach all those syllabus, you are completing your task and everything. But ultimately, what is happening? Still the students are finding difficulties in getting job. They are not able to start their own business. So is that way we need? No. So vocational means prepare the students for future need. So future students need to get settled in their life, so that don't ask them to study well and get good marks. So that is one thing, but give the confidence that they can do better, they can start their business, because just give some skill development activities to the students, craft making, drawings. So encourage all those kind of activities in your subject. So this will make the students as a self-satisfied, self-realization, so that they can start their own industries and they can become a good citizen. They can contribute to the nation. So that is the occasional aim of the Gandhiji. So vocational aim is nothing but, so develop the skill among the students. So your syllabus and all those things should cover the skill development. That is the essential part of education. Next one is cultural. So what is my culture? You know that India is a very age-old culture. So we have to just make the students to understand and feel very proud about the culture that we follow. So this is a very essential that each and every education system should support our culture and we should feel pride about our culture, because we are a unique culture in the world. So imbibe all those cultural values among the students. And next one is character building. So don't always say that you study well, and please appreciate the students who is having a good character. So the character is a real thing which is going to make our India proud. Because you know that nowadays youngsters, what they do, they think that social drinking, smoking is all. It's a very fashionable thing. They are going in a wrong path. That is a wrong ideology because of the media and everything has given in their mind. So try, teachers, you have the responsibility to teach them just giving education is not alone getting all those ideas and information in your mind and reciprocating in your answer sheet and getting a good marks and distinction. That is not the expected one of Gandhiji. So the Gandhiji expected building up a good character in each every one of them. So when you get built a good character, automatically they will get more courage and the strength of mind and everything will grow. Develop humanity. Ask the students and teach the students to see in the humanity. Look at your friends, look at the environment, look at the surrounding, and look at each and every person, how they are living and how they are struggling in their life. So look everyone in a humanity way. So to tell the students to distinguish what is good and bad, because in the technology world, they don't know what is right and wrong. So in this day, you have to understand the character building is very essential rather than your education, rather than your distinction. If you're having a good character, you can feel proud about it. Yes. Next one is total development. When you say that education, building up a character and all those things is a total development of the people. So that kind of education, what expected by Gandhiji. So it is our duty. Each and everyone should be very focused on developing our character. Even still, I have to develop my character. I have a lot of things, a lot of negative elements. So still, I'm building my character. I cannot say that I'm perfect. So each and every citizen of India, if they are good in character, it will our India can go in the right path. We can develop our nation. So that is the responsibility of each and every one of you. And next one is liberalization. You have to be liberal. So ask the students to be liberal in choosing their profession, in choosing their subject, what they love. So without loving a subject, you cannot get good marks. It is just for marks' sake you are studying. So that type of education, not Gandhiji insisted. So Gandhiji insisted freedom. When you get a freedom in learning, when you get freedom in choosing your profession, you will have a self-growth, self-realization. So that type of liberalization that you want. And don't feel that when you're working as a part-time job, when you're studying at the time of studying, you're working. So don't feel that you're degrading yourself. So feel proud that you are a labor. So you must know that the dignity of labor is, you should not say that I'm working in a part-time job, I'm not dignified. So first you should respect the dignity of labor. So whatever the work the labor can be doing, so you have to respect the dignity. And you have to develop your leadership skill. So Gandhiji believed that, that Gandhiji is a very shy type nature, but now we are all talking about Gandhiji is a powerful leader. How he has grown up a powerful leader? Because some changes have made him to become a powerful because of the principles that he followed. I told you that Gandhiji followed truth, non-violence, satyagraha, and all those principles, which made him a very, very powerful and strong person around the world. Everybody is looking at Gandhiji as a very powerful person only because of the principle. So if you have such kind of principles in your life, such as truth, non-violence, and humanity, all those good characters when you develop among you, so you will automatically develop a courage. So you will have all those qualities of leadership. And the real pillar of our nation is students. So you should get into a politics to take a leadership position. So that is the need of an ahava. So you have to be a good leader. So what is the quality of good leader? Whenever any failure comes, the leader should accept it, that because of my activity, I got failure. So when you take up the responsibility of failure, you will become a good leader. So teachers should develop the students to take up the failure. So don't always expect success. No one can get always success in their life. Try to accept the failure. From the failure, you can learn many things. So failure is the real root for success. So these all those things which you have to get into your mind. And socialism and the individualism. You know that when individually person is good, or automatically society will be good. So each and every individual in the society, when they are good and when they are having a principles, when they are following all the principles of Gandhiji, so no need to worry about the society. Then the society will be perfect. So that is the real thing we need. So it is all only with the hands of teachers and the students. The teachers are the real hero, role model. So whatever you preach to the students, you should practice. When you're saying that your students should be a discipline, your students should follow timing, your students should be punctual, so you should preach them only after practicing. So that is the real role model of a teacher. So I think whatever thing you're saying to your students, first you should be a role model. From you, they will be able to learn. So that the thing, that the practice that Gandhiji did. So he will preach what he practiced. That is a success of Gandhiji. So teachers has the important responsibility in delivering. You should be a role model to your students. So the students should observe you as a hero or heroine. They should take up all those good attitude and good character from you. No need to dictate them, do that, do this. They will follow all your good things from you. So that is the real preaching the students. So next is the message. What the Gandhiji is going to say for young generation is, be the change. You are the people can bring a change in the world. Don't ask for change. You be the change, automatically the world will change. Don't say that I want this change, that change. So you start from yourself. You can be a change creator. So that thing the Gandhiji did. The Gandhiji is a change setter. He changed everything. So that's what we are admiring. Still today we are admiring Gandhiji. Next one is always speak truth. You know that truth is very minority. You know that everyone, if you are in a minor, so that's why we are hesitating to speak truth. You know that sometimes we used to lie, whether it's white lie or some other lie. But what the purpose of doing give lie? In order to safeguard from that trouble. But definitely you have to pay for it in future. So don't ever lie. Try to be honest. Whatever the consequence, if you can face it, you dare to be truth. If you get any consequences, you have to have the courage to face it. So the truth is going to mold you. So don't say that truth is very minor, so you don't hesitate to speak truth. Always speak truth. It may be at that time, at the point of it may be say your lie, you can save your life can save you, but in future you have to pay for it. So live the life for fullest. So live a happy life. Don't run behind the technology. So look at the people around you. Look at the society. Look at the wherever you go. See, look around the people. But nowadays, the young generation, what they are doing is keeping their cell phone and hands-free in their earbud, and they are not at all looking around what is happening around the society. You're totally disconnected from the society because it is your responsibility. It is your responsibility to look at the society, and upliftment of the society is totally with the hands of the young generation. So don't run behind the technology. Get the good things from the technology and try to uplift our society, because our society depends you. And take a right food. Nowadays, it's a lot of trap. You know that junk foods and all this beverages, everything will make you obese. So you have to take a right quantity of food and right food. Simple food. That is the thing Gandhiji followed in his entire life. Don't spend too much of money for all those stuffs. Ultimately, the real wealth of our nation is not a gold or silver. Healthy people. So if you want to live a healthy life, then follow the simple food in right quantity. Next is cleanliness. Keep your environment surroundings clean. This is followed by, nowadays we are speaking about Swachh Bharat, but this was insisted by Gandhiji earlier. Whenever you're eating a chocolate or something, don't throw it inside your organization or institution. Think that it is a responsibility of every one of us. So you should keep your place very hygiene. So whatever energy and resources, don't waste, because our younger generation, in future generation, that they need all those resources for their survival. So keep it in your mind. It is a responsibility of each and every one of you to preserve the nature and to preserve the environment. So love, ultimately I tell you that love is everything. Love each other, love your institution, love learning, and love is the main powerful word. So that is the main important thing. And be true to yourself. You should be true to yourself. Develop your self-confidence. So teachers should insist the students to face failure, because nowadays what they are happening is they are fixing up some targets. If they are unable to achieve, they are doing a suicide. All those things will not help you. So you have to develop your courage, because the life is not easy. It is a responsibility. So try to face challenges. So whatever decision you are taking, you are alone responsible for it. So before taking a decision, think about it. Think and take. So whenever you are taking any action, think and take. So thinking and taking a decision, there is not possibility of taking a wrong decision. So whatever action you are taking, you are wholly responsible for each and every action that you would have taken. So your mind should be stronger than your body. Somebody will say that I have a physical fitness. So the physical fitness is not necessary to lead a life. Your mental strength is very essential than your physical strength. If you are able to face a problem, if you are able to take a right decision, if you are able to face the challenges, then you are having a good mind. Because you see that Gandhiji is very simple. He's not having such physical fitness and body fitness, but he is very, very strong in his mind. So that made him to become a powerful leader. So now we are at all admiring him, not because of the physical fitness. So lead your simple life and try to accept failures and try to empower other people. When you are able to empower other people, you have transmitted your knowledge to other people. So that is really expected here. So knowledge is not simply literacy is not simply getting knowledge. If you are able to empower other people in the society, if you are able to help other people in the society, that is the real education. When you are able to transmit your knowledge to other people, so that is the real education that Gandhiji is saying. So discipline. So discipline is the main thing that you have to follow. Do or die attitude, whatever it may be. So determination in doing is very important. So nowadays, young generation is not able to cope up failure. They are getting back from their decision, wavering mind. All those things is affecting them to achieve the goal. So don't have the wavering mind. Do or die attitude you should have. And self-belief. You have to believe your talent. You have to believe your potential. And always keep on consistently doing it. Perseverance. So don't lose patience. Sometimes you'll get disappointment. So don't lose patience. And don't ever stop trying. Even though whatever it may be. So you have to try. Try and try and try again. Success will come to you. So this is the secret of success. And always don't follow violence, because violence is very important thing which will kill peace. So try to, you all people thinking that forgiveness is a weakness. Forgiveness is a strong thing. When the people is able to forgive, they are strong person in their life. So forgiveness is a good attitude and character. The person who are having the ability to forgive others, they are very strong person in their life. So all students, you should forgive whatever the people is doing to you. Just have the capacity to forgive. So you are strong people, I think so. So you have to have the tendency to forgive other peoples and respect all. Simplicity. You have to be very simple, and all those things will bring you good godliness in you. And you have to help for unprivileged people. Wherever you study, you know that Gandhiji studied in London. Then he moved to India for freedom struggle. So like that, you have to serve for our nation. Wherever you study, that's not a problem. But you have to contribute to our nation development. So that is the need for the young generation. Stay away from alcohol and care for the Mother Earth. So because all those things we are grabbing from the environment. So we are polluting our environment, global warming, climate change, all those things is happening. So we are not giving the earth as such to our upcoming generation. So it is each and every responsibility to take care of the Mother Earth. And finally, you all live happy life because it is very essential for harmony. When you have a harmony in the nation, automatically it helps for development. So finally, I conclude my speech by the Gandhian words. Your thoughts positive because your thoughts becomes your words. Keep your words positive because your words become behavior. Keep your behavior positive because your behavior becomes your habits. Keep your habits positive because your habits becomes your values. Keep your values positive because your values becomes your destiny. If you want a good destiny in your life, please follow all those principles which set by Gandhiji. And don't run behind things which I'm now saying it, wealth without work. So if you're expecting any wealth without work, it is not sin. It's a sin. And pleasure without conscience. Knowledge without character. What the Gandhiji insisted, when you get knowledge without character, it is waste. Business without ethics. Nowadays, you see that many people doing business without ethics. They are killing the people life. So these all changes that young generation can bring. Commerce without morality. Science without humanity. Worship without sacrifice. Politics without principles. So these all those things you have to keep it in your mind. So that is the real tribute that we can contribute to Gandhiji on this occasion. So I request all the students to follow all the principles which I set and message which set by Gandhiji. This is very need for the hour. I hope I have made a session, very good session. And thank you for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to interact with the young generation, because it is really, I feel very honored on this Gandhi Jayanti. Thank you so much.
Thank you for such a great and inspirational speech. It was really beneficial and extremely motivating. I hope that we have got something out of it. Thank you. Now, it's time to have cultural. First of all, we got a patriotical song from Linta James and team. Stay back and pay respect, everyone.